Many years ago, when I was born in the 50s and 60s didn't belong to girls in India. They belonged to boys. They belonged to boys who would join business and inherit business from parents, and girls would be dolled up to get married. My family in my city and almost in the country was unique. We were 4 of us, not one, and fortunately no boys. We were 4 girls and no boys. And my parents were part of a landed property family. My father defied his own grandfather, almost to the point of disinheritance, because he decided to educate all 4 of us. And since I said they're my role models, I followed 2 things which my father and mother gave me. One, they said, life is on an incline. You either go up or you come down. And second thing which has stayed with me, which became my philosophy of life, which made all the difference, is 100 things happen in your life, good or bad. Out of 100, 90 are your creation. They're good, they're your creation. Enjoy it. If they're bad, they're your creation. Learn from it. 10 are nature sent, over which you can't do a thing. It's like a death of a relative, or a cyclone, or a hurricane, or an earthquake. You can't do a thing about it. You've got to just respond to the situation. But that response comes out of those 90 points. This is what comes next. I joined the Indian Police Service as a tough woman, a woman with indefatigable stamina, because I used to run for my tennis titles, etc. But I joined the Indian Police Service. And then it was a new pattern of policing. For me, the policing stood for power to correct, power to prevent, and power to detect. This is something like a new definition ever given in policing in India, the power to prevent. Because normally it was always said power to detect, and that's it, or power to punish. But I decided no, it's a power to prevent, because that's what I learned when I was growing up. How do I prevent the 10 and never make it more than 10? So this is how it came into my service, and it was different from the men. I didn't want to make it different from the men, but it was different because this was the way I was different. And I redefined policing concepts in India. What you see, if you see the title called PM's Car Held, this is the first time Prime Minister of India was given a parking ticket. That's the first time in India, and I can tell you, this is the last time you're hearing about it. Here I got a prison assignment. This was a prison assignment, which is one big den of criminals. Obviously it was. But 10,000 men, of which only 400 were women. 10,000, 9,000 plus about 600 were men. Terrorists, rapists, burglars, gangsters. Some of them I'd sent to jail while as a police officer outside. And then, how did I deal with them? The first day when I went in, I didn't know how to look at them. And I said, do you pray? When I looked at the group, I said, do you pray? And they saw me as a young, short woman wearing a Pathan suit. They said, do you pray? And they said, they didn't say anything. I said, do you pray? You want to pray? They said, yes. I said, all right, let's pray. I prayed for them, and things started to change. This is a visual of education inside the prison. Friends, this has never happened where everybody in the prison studies. I started this with community support. Government had no budget. It was one of the finest, largest volunteerism in any prison in the world. This was initiated in Delhi prison. You see one sample of a prisoner teaching a class. These are hundreds of classes, 9 to 11. Every prisoner went into education program. Same den which they thought they would put me behind the bar and things would be forgotten. We converted this into an ashram, from a prison to an ashram through education. I think that's the bigger change. It was the beginning of a change. Teachers were prisoners. Teachers were volunteers. Books came from donated school books. Stationery was donated. Everything was donated because there was no budget of education for the prison.
Ma'am, please can you say any best moment in your life?
Right now.
Yes.
Right now. Any moment which is giving you joy and is putting you in a position to share joy is a memorable moment, isn't it?
So it's giving joy, it's taking joy is a memorable moment.